RL102 Basic Russian Grammar, Part 1
Основы грамматики русского языка, часть 1.
with Victor D. Huliganov, copyright www.huliganov.com 2007.
Ромашки спрятались по ней.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Victor Dmitryevich Huliganov, one more time. Thank you for bearing with me in a long break since last lesson, which was 102 or 102/19. In this time we went through the genitive preposition, a very large chunk of prepositions, so was in 3 parts. Since then it's been 3 months break because I got a new job, new countries, also 3 countries I'm working now: Poland, Czech Republic, and even a bit in Slovakia. So not so much time, please to understand this, those of you who've been waiting a long time for lessons. Sorry I can't do them any quicker, but it's quite a labor intensive. When you do, often you have to redo something few times to make it work. Then there is subtitling, everything, planning, much more than on my normal films, which just make themselves and which they are done normally in the course of doing everything else I do. These are much more difficult, and so therefore you will understand if I cannot do quite so quickly as you would like. Of course, those of you who come along later and see these, you will perhaps not be so frustrated by it, but I know that people who are following real time the lessons, if it was only my lessons, then not that there were other lessons available on the market, they probably would have given up a long time ago. But thank you anyway for your kindly reminders, death threats and other things about keeping up the lessons, and I do my best for you when I can. So, in any event, I would like to finish this. This is lesson 20, or probably between 25 and 30 in 102 course. Just to remind you, 102 course is about the pronouns, the verbs, introducing verbs of different classes. We didn't get through with that yet. And also the prepositions, which we are nearly, well, over halfway through, and we're going to make a little dent in today, because today's lesson is going to be about что за, and it's going to be about the dative prepositions. Now, those of you who have been following this are aware that there is a tool what I devised for you. It is called the Huliganov's periodical elemental table of prepositions, and you are looking right now at an image of this. You won't be able to follow it fully on the screen here, so if you want to get a proper copy of it, I tried to put it on Facebook. Facebook wouldn't take it. There's a very nice group on Facebook run by Fiona Falcon, who is one of your fellow students, one of my subscribers, one of my viewers, very valued follower of this course. And she made a Facebook group saying Huliganov's lessons really work. So you can find this group and be part of that. Unfortunately, I could not put the Excel file on this, but you can also join the group, which is moderated by our friend Ken Bank, great friend of the group. He moderates it, he's cleaned it all up and make it work again. It is a Google group, and the URL what you need is http://groups.google.com, then /group and /again Huliganov. And then you will be able to join this group. If you're there for the first time, you will be asked to log in with the password and everything what is normal on internet. And after that, when you set yourself up, you will be able to go in. Remember to keep the password, because from time to time the Google groups will automatically log you off, and you must remember your password to go back on again. It's as usual, everything is free to do with this course. Only one thing will not be free if it ever happens to be that I make the book. it cannot be free because you cannot make books for free, but you can make video for free, and that's why all this course is free. And so basically there are sometimes little mistakes. I'm still human being, whatever I might look, and so sometimes mistakes are pointed out by people in the comments below. Possibly also they could do in the groups. You don't have to worry about my feelings. The important thing is that the learners get the right answers. So even if you find that I did a mistake, just write it away down and below. I'm not going to change the videos because it's too much work. I just press on that. I leave your comments below so that the viewers can see if there's anything else they need to know other than what they just watch me talking. And of course, if book does come out, then I will incorporate your suggestions and give you the, well, probably nothing more than a thank you, but because I don't want to drive up costs, if it is something I have to ask people to pay for anyway when the book is ready, if it ever gets done. And basically that will then ensure that the quality of book is higher than the quality of video. And of course, if you are asking somebody to pay, it should be really completely top-notch. So anyway, that's all in the future. After 25 to 30 of the 102 course, it will go into 103 course, but obviously I'm talking about probably a year away from now when the 103 course starts with the nouns and the adjectives. But even without them, you have discovered already that you can say an awful lot in Russian. And going through all the prepositions now, they will be revised, of course, again and again, with more, obviously, with more emphasis on the more frequent ones. Whereas here I've given you 49 in the table, including some which are not really all that frequent, along ones which are frequent, and the numbering according to Brown in his dictionary, which I've recommended a number of times. This is given also for these prepositions in the table. I hope it will encourage you to buy the Brown dictionary. If you want to know where it is, then you follow the link which come up at the end of every one of my videos, and you will find the Brown dictionary on Amazon. You can buy. So okay, so having done the admin, as it were, I don't know what they call it in radio, repositioning or something like that. Let's get on with the show, and let's do the prepositions for today. And the first one I want to do is the one which I've shown as nominative preposition on the chart, but it is not necessarily nominative. It is actually transparent. For example, if you want to say Jesus Christ, what a friend, you would say Иисус Христос, что за друг. But if you want to say what a friend we have in Jesus, you will remember I gave this song one time before. The Russian version of this is что за друга мы имеем. And there you have, because we have governs accusative and друг is masculine animate, it changes to genitive, and so you see after что за you will see a genitive. So instead of it being a preposition which governs a particular case, you would more call it transparent. It is not really entirely a fixed preposition as such. It is more a phrase. And also, one of the other ones today what I want to show you is also on the borderline of being preposition and not preposition. We turn our attention to the four dative prepositions. They're in that nice blue color on the chart. They're all bunched together so that you can keep them there. This is to help you to remember, to visualize like a landscape or a map where the different cases are for the different prepositions. I would like it for you to maybe perhaps even learn to draw it by heart, to write it out by heart with the colors, because it might be a good way for some of you who like to have tabular thinking to really learn well the rules about the prepositions. So you could either draw it out or copy it, make it maybe from scratch in your own Excels, and you will be able to, I don't mean egg cells, like don't make it inside your kind of gametes inside your body. I mean Excel, Microsoft Excel, okay? Don't try to kind of incorporate it in your DNA. That would not be right, okay? But if you want to redo it in the spreadsheet, then that might be a good way of learning it. Anyway, without getting sidetracked, the dative ones, they're then in a group. One of them, you will see, not a very common word in terms of Brown's index, but благодаря. This word, meaning thanks to, is, well, it's a little bit not completely 100% behaving like most prepositions. Because you will remember that most prepositions you will have after it in the third person, instead of ему, you will have нему. But I'm sure that you can say благодаря ему or благодаря ей, thanks to him or thanks to her. Благодаря ему, благодаря хорошему таксисту, мы успели на самолет. Thanks to a very good taxi driver, we managed to make the plane. This happened to me in Prague not long ago. I don't think that the taxi driver will ever see this, because it's not the whole world will watch these videos, unfortunately. I would get much better hits if it was, and anything you can do to help, please do. But I tell you, oh no, I can't believe I'm getting somebody entering the house. What is going on? I was supposed to be on my own this afternoon. Kids out in the country. Нет, они на деревне. Да-да, ну не говори, я сейчас делаю на грани. It's typical. I was promised peace and quiet to do the film, because that's one other reason I can never do the films, and immediately somebody walked in to house. First run of this was spoiled by cat interrupting. Now it's human being. It's no fun. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. Благодаря ему я успел на самолет. Thanks to him, I managed to catch the plane. Успеть на is to not to miss something. Я успел на самолет. I didn't miss my plane. So if I said я не успел на самолет, that would mean I did something strange happening. That would mean I did miss it. Anyway, let me take a break and get back in a second while I get my nerves back in order after that strange entrance. Oh, you came in. I thought somebody was trying to get in the door, and it was you. Come here. What you doing? Come on. What you do? Come on. You come on. You się nie muszę zająć. Look what I got. This strange animal. Come on. Look. This is you here. Come on. Ow. Okay. So, I wonder who comes into house, but it is cat jumping in through the top of window. It is just a little bit back and the cat can get right in and through the window. I was thinking somebody at the door, but it was only the cat. Okay, back to normal again, back to beginning again. Right, next one is k, but we already had this some lessons ago, where we explained how it's part of that central group. If you don't remember it, please go back to the earlier lesson where the k is explained. I cannot believe it's already a telephone call. What is going on? This was not supposed to happen. I was supposed to have time for my people. Oh. Okay, so it turned out I don't even get the time when I promise. I took my kids right out into the countryside in order to get the time to make this for you, and now I have to go get them back. But they can jolly wait, because I waited so long to do this, and I've got 4 hours drive today just to get the piece to do this film. And then they don't let me do. It's amazing. Anyway, I want to tell, and now actually I have to go and stop that running water in the background. Actually, I might as well talk to the cat. I asked for the shower to be turned off. It's not getting turned off. So either I do this with the background like that, or you'll never get this lesson. That's my reality of living. It's crazy. I tell you, I sometimes wonder why I don't go mad, you know? Even when I'm supposed to be on my own, I don't get to be on my own. I really need to be on my own. And I never get. Always some people around. Oh, they probably will bury me next to a lot of people too, knowing my luck. Anyway, or what will more likely happen is they will go bury me place where nobody else got buried, and then all of a sudden somebody else will try getting buried right next to me after that, because I see I'm down there. Anyway, less of this. Next preposition is vopreki. So, vopreki мне would be to spite me or despite me. Vopreki тебе, vopreki вам. You remember the forms. To spite you or in spite of you. So, last one is po. Thankfully not too many today because nobody let me to do. Po means along, like po ulici means along the street. It's not one which you'll regularly find with personal pronouns because you don't usually go along somebody. But po чему is the way in which the word for why is phrased. Why is почему, and this comes from along what or for what reason. And also you would find po in the expression things like по-русски, which means in the Russian language, and in the Russian style. Also sometimes you find that po is not necessarily only a language but also the style. When it's followed by an adverb like that, just with the ski ending, it also have the hyphen to show it is in that particular meaning. So по-русски, я говорю по-русски will have po followed by the hyphen, and it's more a phrase rather than a real use as preposition in that case. But another version of po you will often find is, in my opinion, по-моему. It is short for по моему мнению. Моему means it is basically the form of dative personal possessive adjective, mine. Okay, и мнению is from мнение, opinion, so по моему мнению is shortened to по-моему, and here you get a change of stress from моему to моему. So here we are in the four that you see: благодаря, к, вопреки, and по. They are four datives. So now I'm going to stop, and later I will be back with probably it is Sunday and I'm in a bit of a religious mood, despite of all the things which are making me a little bit annoyed. So I would like, when I come back, to make a nice joke, not an irreligious joke. Maybe it will be a joke for, appreciated by people. And I will have perhaps a hymn today, one of Russian hymns. Okay, as you can tell, I got into a bit of a Christian mood, which is not surprising considering that I'm doing it on a Sunday. recently I got criticized by one of the viewers of this series saying, why are you teaching Russian bringing in Christianity? That's not fair. You have to bring in secularity if you want to teach Russian. Well, I can tell you this, Russia didn't do too well as a secular country. It does much better being a Christian country, that's the first thing. And the other thing is that there are plenty of other courses where there is plenty of secularity and even atheism if you like. And in this case, you've got a course where is Christianity. So is it fair? There's nothing unfair about that. Okay? Anyway, for joke, instead of a joke, I'm just going to give you 3 examples of some prayers of children which one priest who he decided he's going to just very discreetly observe how well the children are able to pray. And so he, standing at a distance, he leave a little recording device by the children as they praying, and find out exactly what the quality of prayers in his flock are when the children are praying together without the adults. And at the mealtime, one little boy prayed, "Dear Lord Jesus, come and be our guest at this table, and then you'll be able to see everything what you've already given us," which is quite cute. And then at bedtime, one little boy said, "Dear Father, please make it so it's only vitamins in sweets and not in spinach." And then a third said, "I'm very tired, dear Lord, after all the things we did on church camp today. Please read page 43 of the prayer book. Good night." Okay, so it's the way I'm telling them. This song is a version of the hymn "How Sweet the Name of Jesus Sounds." You thought I was going to say "How Sweet to be an Idiot" by Monty Python, didn't you? No, I'm not. It's "How Sweet the Name of Jesus Sounds in a believer's ear. It soothes his sorrows, heals his wounds, and drives away his fear." This is the equivalent of that as far as Russian language is concerned. And please note, the Russian version of this is not an exact, if you're looking at the words of the original by John Newton, you will notice it's not the same as the Russian one. It is similar, but it's more that the Russian one is based on it rather than a translation of it. So, it makes the wounded spirit whole and calms the troubled breast, his manna to the hungry soul and to the weary rest. The ideas are there, but it's a different language used in the Russian version. And the tune of it is actually like the one I just said, but as everything in Russia is a little bit more somber if you like. The tune which is used, what I heard in church in Russia, is the same tune but actually given in much slower and in a minor key. So you will be able to listen now to this version. Unfortunately, I don't have any backing track, so I have to do it a cappella for you. But please to enjoy the song, the hymn "О имя Иисуса нам, как сладостно оно». О имя Иисуса нам, так сладостно оно, спасение, счастье сердцам, от Бога в нем дано. В нем исцеление тяжких ран, и язв души больной, в нем утешение христиан. Среди борьбы земной. В нем мой маяк, к нему плыву и направляю путь. В нем пристань, где склоню главу, чтоб вечно отдохнуть. В Иисусе Бог мне не судья, Он друг и пастырь мой, Он мой покров и жизнь моя, и радость, и покой. So, hopefully the words of this hymn will have given you comfort, knowing that in Jesus, God is not your judge. If you are in Jesus Christ, God is not your judge, He is your friend and your pastor, your shepherd. В Иисусе Бог мне не судья, Он друг и пастырь мой. Он мой покров и жизнь моя. He is my shelter, He is my life. И радость, и покой. He is my joy, and He is my peace. So, thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Hopefully it will not be too long till number 21. And God bless.